These fangs are really messing with my pronunciation. Ah. Hey everyone, welcome back to another monthly recap. This time, it is coming at a little odd time. Yeah, sorry about that. But that means that this time I'll be covering some news from both September and October. And in honor of the Halloween month, I'll be hosting this in custom-ish. Kinda. So let's get started. Apple and Google Keynote and new products. During the month of September, Apple had its Keynote, where it showcased its new products. And so did Google on October. Here are the highlights of it. First, the Apple Keynote. Apple announced its new iteration of Apple Watch, the Series 4, which brings a lot of capabilities, such as being able to take an ECG, also a bigger screen, and among other small things. But the main event was the unveil of its new iPhone line. The iPhone XS, which is a powered version of the iPhone X, the iPhone XS Max, which is a bigger and slightly more powerful version of the iPhone XS, and the iPhone XR, which is a toned-down version of the iPhone X. Better camera, better display, better specs, and pretty good stuff. Of course, the opinions and reviews are divided between it's a joke of a phone or the best phone ever. We'll let you decide. Now the Google Keynote. Google, on the other hand, has just announced a new phone, the Pixel 3, their new tablet, the Pixel Slate, and a device for home, a screen called Google Home Hub. Google Home Hub, referred usually as Hub, is a device planned to be a helper in the house, which has Google Search, YouTube, Calendar, Maps, etc. Pixel Slate is a tablet that has 6 million pixels, with wide lens front camera, among other cool stuff. Google Pixel 3 comes in two sizes, Pixel 3 and Pixel 3 XL. Louder speakers, better camera, and AR playground stickers, along with its respective wireless charger stand. To be honest, pretty good stuff, and they look amazing. Google Plus bug and shutdown. Google Plus had a bug in which many information could be leaked, and a high number of users were affected. This was detected in March. Now, this little inconvenience made Google to shut down Google Plus. Although some countries are taking action because of that, and I mean legal action. Because it's not the bug that is the problem, but the cover of it. That's where people get mad. Nintendo news, Mario Party, and Nintendo Switch. Mario Party came out in these days, and the reviews are good. Definitely an improvement from the last iteration. And rumor has it that sometime next year there will be a new version of the Nintendo Switch, LCD screen or something like that. Of course, it will have more improvements, but for now, it's still a rumor. Facebook breach. During September, there was a Facebook breach in which 50 million users were affected. Some issues with a bug that allowed the hackers to access through an alternate entrance, so that's why it wasn't necessary to change the password. However, if you were one of the 90 million users that received an error message from Facebook saying that your session has expired, it will be because of this breach. Facebook is already working with the FBI to sort out the situation. Again, with Congress and social media. Congress and social media are still discussing the subject of interaction, influence, bots, security, and privacy with Facebook, Twitter, and Google. We mean YouTube, of course. It is still an ongoing process, as you may notice because it is the third time that I mentioned this topic. So basically, Congress is still trying to regulate social media. Now that I say it out loud, I just realized how difficult it sounds. Anyways, it's still in discussion. Hopefully, it'll be settled soon. I don't think so. Photoshop for iPad. Photoshop is going to be added as an app for iPad. Early tests, such as in the channel of The Verge, shows that the app is closer to the desktop software. However, not quite the same, but it is looking promising. More options than a light version, and many options that allow you to do almost the same work. Its release will be until next year. Huawei new Nano memory card. Huawei just released a new Nano memory card that even will be in their new phones. These memory cards are around 40% smaller than the micro SD cards, and they start at 250 gigabytes, and they can transfer information with a speed of 90 megabytes per second. Now that's really cool. Netflix is not happy with the EU. Netflix is facing a requirement from the European Union where it demanded that for the streaming service to be admitted, that 30% of its content, to which Netflix does not agree. Although Netflix is not against producing international content, as we can all see, they don't like to have to meet a quota, which may decrease the quality of its content. They rather show quality content regardless of its origin. Or at least that was the main idea I got from reading the statement of the Netflix CEO. Screen's blue light does hurt your eyes. Scientists and scholars at the University of Toledo have been studying the influence of screens over the eyes. And as most of us know, or may think, long exposure to screens might affect your eyes. So it happens that it is because of the called blue light emitted by the screens and the sun that our eyes develop a certain chemical reaction that kills photoreceptor cells, and in the long run can be really bad. Now, by blue light, we don't mean the actual color blue that the screen displays, but the kind of light wavelength that goes near 445 nanometer shortwave, close to the ultraviolet shortwave. So it happens that there are new ways to filter these damaging wavelengths: screen filters, screen covers, and even glasses. It is a technology in optical lenses that help you filter this kind of wavelengths and doesn't let it go through your eyes, or at least it weakens its strength. How I know about this? Because my glasses do have this kind of filter, and I have seen an improvement: less headaches and tired eyes. Although this is not sponsored, although we would love for this to be sponsored. Sponsor us. And that is all for today. Hope that you enjoyed. If you did, click the like button, subscribe, and share with all your contacts. Until then, my name is Mario Navarro, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye and happy Halloween! An AR playground stickers, Stickers de estos colmillos me van a matar. Huawei, 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 Huawei new. No puedo. Huawei new Nano.